Hello, welcome to this 20-minute session on twists, just to make sure that we are moving everything around the digestive system. This will also warm up a lot of the rest of the body. Start standing up and let's take about 5 breaths to centre ourselves and notice how we are feeling right now. As you close your eyes and you soften into your feet, weight onto the big toe mound, little toe mound, inner heel and outer heel. Take another 3 breaths here. And then you can open your eyes, gently move the limbs about. So from the wrists all the way to the shoulders, moving about a little bit, and then it'll be the legs one at a time moving into the body. You can even do a few sounds as well if you want. Why not? Good. So from there we're going to lift the arms, bending the knees, and then exhale, release. Once more. You can get louder as you progress. Once more. Once more. One last time. Good, good. From there, take the feet fairly wide, and then we're going to swing from side to side. So starting to already warm up into the sides of the body by taking those gentle twists. Good. Come back through towards the centre. Then we're going to inhale the arms up, so keep the knees bent. As you exhale, keep the hips where they are, but turn over towards the left with the arms opened. Inhale back through towards the centre, over to the other side. So we'll repeat this another 4 times to either side. Inhale. Exhale, keep those knees bent, the hips forward. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more times. Twice more. Last time. Good. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, straighten the legs. Release the arms out to the side. You may want to have your briquet hand here, so that you can, from here, we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, and perhaps have the hands to the block or the brick, or just to the floor if that's okay for you. We're going to bend the knees, bring our weight a little further forward. So even though the weight is still 100% on the feet, your weight is about 60% forward, 40% back. Take the right hand to the outside of the left leg, and then see whether you can take the left arm alongside the right arm across the chest, and then opening it up. Alternatively, keep it to the lower back so that you can start to open and twist to the left. Then allow the arm to come back down alongside the hand that is to the floor. Come back through towards the centre, straighten the spine, straighten the legs, bend the knees, inhale, lift back up. Exhale, hands in towards the chest. Move to the other side, so you inhale, arms up. Exhale, release yourself over and down, whether you're on your support using your brick or not. Here we're going to take the left arm to the outside of the right leg, Try to keep the hips and the pelvis facing forward still. You can bend the knees. Take the right arm even to the inside of the left arm, sliding across the chest, and then you may well be able to lift that arm up or keep it to the lower back. You can allow the head to dangle. Make sure there's no discomfort in the neck. And then slowly release it to the inside. Walk the hands to be facing back towards in the same direction as your feet. Lengthen the spine, be a bit curious, gaze forward. Remember to bring now the weight back into the front of the foot a little bit more. And then bend the knees, lift yourself back up. Release the hands out to the side of the body. Come up onto the toes, then release the heels down. Let's do this twice more, just to get a little bit more challenge on the balancing, and to take this weight away from the floor, change the center of gravity a little bit. Take the weight onto the right leg. Possibly you have your brick underneath your foot, and this is where your left foot will stay. Or you can lift the leg, take the right hand to the outside of the left leg, the left hand behind you, crown of the head up, and then you're going to woohoo, twist to the side. Option to lift the arms up. One arm, two arms, no arms. It's up to you. Bring the gaze back through to the center, the spine back through to the center, the foot to the floor. Take a breath. Change side. Left foot anchored down into the floor, right foot toes to floor on a brick or lifted so the knees are back hip height. Take the left arm to the outside of the right leg, the right hand behind you, crown of the head up, and then you twist. Remember your option, lifting one arm, two arms, no arms. No difference, you're still working on twisting, helping the digestive system do its job. Gaze back through towards the center, the spine comes back through towards the center, foot to the floor. If you're not at the top of your mat, you are going to make it to the top of your mat. Work a little bit more onto the lunge. Take the weight onto the right leg, lift the left leg, take the left leg back. You're onto the ball of the back foot and you stretch. So here, soft bend into the front knee, never goes beyond the ankle. You're wide enough so that you can keep that balance going, and then very, very gently feel as if someone's holding onto your ankle and trying to release the heel a little closer towards the floor. It doesn't necessarily need to go there, but you may feel the stretch into the hip here a little bit more. Lift, lengthen the tailbone, lift the sternum, the bone off the chest. Imagine it's being lifted here, so you've got the length into the side of the body. Then the back leg steps back towards the front leg. You take a couple of breaths here. You shift your weight onto the left leg, you lift the right leg, and again you take it back. So here, your hips are wide enough, you're onto the ball of the back foot, you've got the front knee bent, you've got the hands to the hips, and very gently imagine that you have hands around the ankles that are gently pushing the shin bone towards the calf. And then from here you lengthen the bottom of your spine so that your breastbone lifts up. Option here, you can even take the arms up and get an even longer stretch onto the side of the body. Take the front leg back when you are ready, stepping it forward. Take a couple of breaths. Have your bricks or books at hand. We're going to place them on the mat to either side of the mat here. And then from being in between those bricks, let's take the weight onto the right leg, and then the left leg steps back into a lunge, but not so long that you were earlier on. It's about 2/3 of the way there, so that you're wide enough hip width at least. So I like to say train tracks rather than tightrope. And you press big toe mound, little toe mound, inner heel, outer heel, hips facing forward. Lengthen the spine, exhale, hinge forward from the hips. It may well be that you need those bricks to be onto the higher settings, or the lower setting, or no brick at all. Here we'll use the gravity and the weight that we have onto our feet to really press down, find our alignment and lengthen the spine. I'm going to use the bricks as helps. So taking the right brick back, I'm going to step the left brick to the outside of my right foot. So then, not losing that my hips are forward, I'm going to twist my body towards the bricks and towards the long side. If you need to, if this is not pleasant onto the back foot, you can lift the heel a little bit more. Or on the opposite, you can take the back leg a little bit more back. From this here, I'm going to keep the hand onto the front brick, but then I'm going to lift my other arm and either keep it to the lower back as I keep twisting here, or I can lift it high up. I'm bananaing, so I'm coming a little bit more forward. So I'm going to try to keep the spine long so that when I look down, my nose is in line with my toes. Take another breath here. Then you release the top arm down, and then step the bricks back towards the front. Step the back leg towards the front. Bend the knees, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, release the arms behind you. And take a couple of breaths here. We'll change sides, do this to the other side. Take the weight onto the left leg, lift the right leg, take it back about 2/3 of your normal lunge, if you like, so that both feet are comfortably pressing down onto the floor and that you are train track hip width, not two together, otherwise you probably will wobble. If you found that this wasn't wide enough, then you're more than welcome to make this stance wider. Hands to the hips, lengthen the front of the chest, and then we're going to hinge forward from the hips. You may want to have a support, no support, it's up to you. You might feel an intense stretch into the back of the body. When you're ready, if you've got your bricks or not, you're essentially taking the left arm back and the right arm comes to the outside of the left leg. Press firmly onto both feet down into the floor. Keep that length into the spine. And then the left arm can lift up as you twist, or it can stay to your lower back. Keep the upper body, at least the crown of the head, forward so that when you gaze down, your nose is in line with your toes. And then you can turn the neck if you wish to. You reverse, triangle or variation off. Come back to the center, bend the front knee, take the back leg all the way to the front, bend the knees, inhale, lift up, and hands in towards the chest. Inhale, arms up, exhale, arms down. Take the front leg back either into hands and knees or into your down dog. Release the knees to the floor. Slowly and curl yourself back up, slide the legs out to the side. And then here, Let's take the left knee up. You can leave it where it is to the inside of the leg, or you can take it to the outside of the leg. Make sure that the feet are pressing down to the floor. I'm going to use my left hand to take the flesh of my belly to turn it to the outside of the left thigh. My right arm hugs my left knee. Some of you with a little bit more flexibility might even be able to take the outside of the arm to the outside of the knee. Left arm lifts up and then comes back. So the spine is long. That extended leg has got the toes facing up towards the ceiling. And then from here, you can turn your spine, maybe even your gaze if that feels good. Stay there for 3 breaths. Then slowly come back through to the centre with the gaze and then with the spine. Let it decompress, release the leg. Over to the other side, take the right leg in. You may leave it here. You may even have it a little bit wider and only take a gentle twist this way. If you can, compress your belly against the leg. You're going to take that leg over and across with the whole sets of toes touching the floor. Extended leg, toes, shin, knee, thigh up. I'm going to lift the spine, take my right hand to my belly to slide it to the side. I'm not saying you have a belly, but I do. Take the left arm around the right leg, the right arm over the head and behind you, crown of the head up, and as you exhale, you twist. Then very gently you can gaze back through towards the centre. Spine comes back through towards the centre. Extend the legs. Take the hands behind you. You can come onto your fists if that's more comfortable. Otherwise, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Allow the head to fall into that little V shape that you've done. Oh, and allow the legs to open out to the side. Option 1, feet flat to the floor, lift yourself up and stay. Option 2, bridge. So we're going to repeat those 3 times. So whichever option you want to do, get yourself ready. 1, 2, 3, lift up. Stay for a breath or 2. And release. For a breath or 2. Twice more. One last time, last bridge or last upturn table. We're going to release. Sitting, legs extended, crossed, whichever way feels more comfortable. We'll take the palms facing up towards the ceiling, the elbows to the side of the body, and just take a few breaths here to slow down. You can close your eyes. This is a good class to sandwich between a starter, if you like, a warm-up and a relaxation, as well as a standalone. So choose what you like to do. Open your eyes if they are closed. We'll leave you here. Namaste.